So if you're a person and you're buying things, so you're not a business, let's say you're a person and you're buying things, you class the price of those things as what you see on the label. You know that VAT and other government taxes go into the price of these products, but you don't care about that. All you care about is that this thing that you're buying, whether it's a car, whether it's a chocolate bar, has a stated price, and it's that price that makes you decide whether you buy it or not. Yeah, you don't care if it's got 20, 30, 40% VAT, or you might care that the VAT's there, but it's that price that influences your decision. So I think you'd probably be pissed off if you got to the till, like you would in America, because that's what happens in America. If you got to the till and you went to pay for that chocolate bar, and somebody said to you, "Oh, excuse me, sir, but this chocolate bar is going to be 20% extra, actually." But this is actually exactly what happens with employees and with your staff. So you have something on your payroll. Everybody has it who's an employee in a country that earns above a certain threshold. You'll be charged national insurance. And you'll see it on your wage slip. It's 12%. Starts off at 12, so it starts off at nothing, then it's 12%, and then it's 2% above everything that you earn above a certain threshold. But it's 12%. You might look at that and go, bloody hell, that's a lot of money going towards national insurance. Where's my money being spent? But what you don't realise, and this isn't advertised to employees, is that your employer also pays 13.8% tax, except there's no upper limit on that where it drops to 2%. It's 13.8% forever. So in the same way that you would buy a chocolate bar and consider whether to buy that chocolate bar based upon the total price, your employers are deciding how much to pay you and how much they're willing to pay you based upon the sum of the cost to them, which includes these national insurance contributions. So your salary, multiply it by add 13.8% onto your salary, and that is what it costs an employer. So in reality, you are being taxed, you are being paid 13.8% more than what you think you are being paid, but due to the tax rates and the way that it's been advertised, you don't see it. So it's a really confusing thing, because people don't realise that this is going on, and therefore you're judging your tax position, all of these various tax rates and everything, on the salary that's advertised as you being paid gross. But actually the tax position is much, much worse than that. So what am I getting at here? I think there really needs to be a better tax system in this country that's a little bit more clear, so that the average voter is able to understand them and understand the impacts of them a little bit more easily. If you've ever run a business and tried to run your own payroll, you'd realise it's an absolute nightmare because it changes all the time. This is why accountants exist. Tax isn't simple, and it's when you have a complex tax system like this that it becomes ripe for exploitation, because it's being able to play these various bans on the rules that allows people to avoid tax. You saw my video previously about the £100,000 effective tax rate, where it essentially doubles and people pay it into their pension. The more and more rules you have around this tax system, the more complex you make it, the easier it is for people who have got money and are in the know to exploit it, and the harder it is for people who don't to work within it. So hold the government to scrutiny, consider these numbers, and when you see a tax increase, on personal tax at any level, remember, employers are paying more. How would you react if you were in that position and somebody increased the price of the product? How much would you bear? Automation is coming, guys. We have driverless car technology that is at the forefront of replacing every taxi driver job in the country. That's £9 billion worth of revenue generated through taxis. We've got automation coming to all sectors. 60% of jobs are predicted to be automated. Do we really want a tax on jobs that makes people more expensive than machines? Because we're going to run a risk that if we don't create the skilled workforce to keep up with and maintain this automation, then you risk mass unemployment. And these economic factors, like taxation on jobs, these little things make a big difference to overall prosperity of everybody. So let me know what you think in the comments, and have a happy Wednesday. Wednesday? It's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. Have a happy Tuesday. God.